Howdy, it's another day at Nagio Farm, and today we are making cedar shingles to cover up the side of this shed because we don't like the T111. I went out this morning and got a bunch of cedar rounds that were free on Craigslist, and the boys and I are splitting them into shingles to put on the side of the building. This is Joseph and Dustin. They're our helpers today. And this is the cedar shingles that we're making. It starts with rounds of cedar that we then split into smaller pieces called kants that you can use to make shingles with. Joseph is going to use the splitting maul, which is different than the axe because it forces the wood apart, and this narrow one cuts better. First they split it along the grain to get it into smaller, and then they're going to split across the grain. A little bit of rod in the center doesn't bother us at all. We got a knot here, so you're going to have to hit it a good one.
Nicely done.
This is a more appropriate cant. He's going to split it one more time, and then we're going to pull the bark off. So there's two pieces of the cedar bark. There's the rough outer core, which he's going to try to take off first, and then there's the soft inner. He got it all off in one whack. This is the inner, which is excellent for weaving and making baskets with. And it's so flexible, you can tie a knot in it. You can use it for containers to hold water in, to make hats. Extremely useful. So now they've got their cant, they're going to make another shingle. And that's how you make cedar shingles. From here, the last step is putting it up onto the wall. Nice to have a string line to keep them even. And that's what a cedar shake wall looks like. Oh, there's one last thing. These are all cedar that was just cut down a week ago, and so it's really green and swollen. It'll shrink a lot. It's also from trees that grew really fast because they're second growth. This is a shingle we made from an old growth stump that I got. And if you look at the difference in the grain, this growth ring has about 60 growth rings in just this space of about 4 inches. This has about 12 to 20 growth rings because they're much larger. Look at the difference in the fine grain and the rough grain. It's just the materials we have nowadays compared to the materials that were here 50 years ago. An interesting point to note.